What is going on, everybody? This is Slick from Breaking the Clutch, and today I'm back with another awesome Halo Wars 2 video. Got a couple things to talk about. Firstly, just want to say Diablo, Sol, and Bazo, great players. I was playing them earlier. They had beat us the game before this match. You will see they are up 1-0 in this little public match series that we have going on. So just check it out and see how the outcome of this one. Absolutely great players overall. Diablo, Sol, and Bozo are both at the top of the leaderboards for certain, especially 1v1 and 2v2. I think maybe 3v3. I just know they're great Halo Wars 1 players as well. So anyway, guys, a couple things to talk about. First things first, we just hit 3,000 subs today. Now, I just want to talk about the progression of going from basically nothing to something and the goals for the future and things like that. And I'm sorry if you don't want to hear that. You can just skip ahead about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and you will see, we'll get back to the gameplay. But basically, man, in March of this year, so less than 3 months ago, I remember us sitting at 230 subscribers with about 40 views per video, doing daily Halo Wars 1 videos. Of course, the game was essentially dead until it came on backwards compatibility. So, of course, viewership was planned to be kind of low, but never did I ever think that we would hit 3,000 subs, let alone say in the time that we did, like quick at all. I thought we'd hit maybe 1,000 subscribers at the end of August this year. So the fact that we are triple that goal before it's even June is just absolutely mind-boggling to me. So thank you guys so much for all your continued support. It's crazy. Like, I'm having Luke the Notable tweet out our name on Twitter. Like, I've never even talked to the guy. He just tweeted out, yo, check out Breaking the Clutch, and like say Late Night Halo just messaged me the other day saying, yo, love your videos. It's crazy to see some of these guys who are my big idol say they're my idols individually. They're what I aspire to be on YouTube. And I know Nick's pretty similar, if not bigger, than what they are. And so to have them reach out to us and say, hey, congrats, like, that's crazy. And like I said, it's entirely thanks to you guys. Like, we just make the videos, but you guys form this awesome community that we have, the Discord, the Twitter, the Reddit, say everything, the YouTube channel, most importantly. And, you know, it's absolutely crazy. Sorry to be all sappy and sentimental, but because of that, you guys have just continued to help us grow and spread the word about us, and that's nothing more than I can ask for. Because, I mean, we're just playing video games, man. We're just having a good time. And, you know, of course, we can't say stop our full-time jobs, but the fact that we're getting this kind of support from you guys at all to do this as much as we do and do daily uploads, daily Halo uploads, it's awesome, especially at the current state that Halo is. Like, the motivation is not from the games at all, guys. It's entirely from you guys and your continued support. So sappiness over. Thank you guys so much for that. So moving on forward from that into the goals, Nick and I have plans to bring the channel above and beyond. Of course, we are Halo fans from heart. Nick and I started playing Halo way back in the day. I remember playing Halo CE and being scared shitless of the flood at my grandfather's house after he got a brand new Xbox original. I've been playing Halo since I was a wee lad, a little tiny infant, if you will. So it's kind of crazy to actually see benefits from that, and continue to play Halo has rewarded me still to this day. And it's still my favorite franchise overall, even though the ups and downs, roller coaster craziness we've had over the years. It's still awesome to see how much fun I still have on this game. So moving forward, we're expecting to branch out to a couple of different Halo games. Nick and I are not only good at Halo Wars 2, but we're also Onyx champion level players at Halo 5. We had a couple, many 50s in Halo 3. Then Halo 2, I was about a 40, which is really hard to get if you guys remember playing the original Halo 2. And of course, Halo 4 we didn't really play that much, but you know, my point is we are very avid Halo fans. We're very competitive. We love the games. We play them to absolute shit ton. So that's why we're so decent at them. So hope you guys are going to stick around as, whatever they announce at E3. I don't even care if it's like a Halo 3 playlist and Halo 5, yay, congrats, clap hands, or Halo Wars 2 DLC, which I'd be okay with. You know, I'm just going to stay positive and stay excited about whatever's going to happen, because whatever they say, we will just kind of go with the flow and continue to cover what we want to cover. So if there are more Halo games that we can have fun with, then we're just going to keep going on. So I hope you guys stick around as we decide to slowly start adding in other videos and things like that. Don't get mad. We're still going to be doing Halo Wars videos. Halo Wars is still our passion. Halo Wars has given us and gotten us to where we are, so that's just exactly what we want. Now, back to the games. You're seeing some absolute craziness going on. Thanks for enjoying that rant. If you did, if you didn't, I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest, so thank you guys for tuning in and just checking out our channel once again. That's it. Sappiness completely over, for real this time. I'm over it. I'm not over it. Thank you guys. Crazy engagement going on in the middle here. Uncut and I are dropping lots of shields, making sure we kill all these infantry units. We got an excellent ram situation going on all the infantry units. Every single one of these units will die. Notice I'm focus firing all the one-shots. That's what you have to do in this engagement. Ever since Uncut came up with the idea to go with the chopper stopper build, Oh my god, guys, that is the only thing I've seen. I've seen that so many times. This play is so common in pubs right now. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, come on, guys, add some variation into your damn builds. But you know what? I completely get it at the same time. Just massing choppers as much as possible is going to put us a little bit in the lead here and just take over the game to a certain extent. As you're going to see, a couple snipers there coming out from what's his name? From Diablo, and he's doing a great job. And of course, Uncut's massing all of these units, trying to keep up with all of his build and all that. He's doing an excellent job of doing so. And of course, I'm also getting close here to getting Tech 2, and getting Tech 2 around 5 minutes while engaging is very, very awesome. That is what I recommend you guys. If you ever want, like, say, a mental goal to shoot for and kind of achieve, then what you want to do is always try to tech up during your engagements before 5 minutes. Like, hit that tech up button right around then. That is, say, an excellent goal. If you're maintaining constant pressure, doing a lot of damage, then that is where you want to do it. And guys, I'd say if you take it before that, you're definitely a sitting duck, if you will, or you're attempting for a turtle build, or you know, you're just a little preoccupied. So that's the case. Sometimes you need to change up your build order for each situation. So here I am going for the Tech 2 as quickly as possible. Uncut's definitely going to get it around the same time. Now, this is one of my favorite kind of combos we've been doing. 2v2s are some of the most action-packed games in Halo Wars 2, guys. Let me tell you, it's probably my favorite despite 1v1s. 3v3s are a little too easy to read, so it's not as entertaining always, but I will say that at least a 2v2 game, man, is some of the most fun you could possibly have, especially if you got, say, a buddy who's equal skill as you. Like, I'd say Uncut is almost exactly the same, if not a little bit better than me, so playing with him every game is really helpful to me as an individual, not only because it makes me want to work harder, but it also, I see his plays and his build, and it makes me want to improve as an individual. And if you can't find somebody to really help you out in that same scenario, then, you know, try to find those people. Play a lot of 1v1s. Shoot messages to the people who beat you. You know, they might be absolute assholes and say, hey, fuck you, man, you fucking suck, get wrecked. Or they might be like, hey, man, if you would say make a couple more locusts next time, you might be able to drop my base quicker. You know, try to incorporate that. Like, that is probably the best possible way. Halo Wars 2 has some of the nicest people in its community. There are some angry people, but, you know, they just kind of carry over from other games. But I honestly think that Halo Wars 2 is the root of happiness in Halo right now. So if you ever get in that situation, guys, you know, also think about joining into the Halo Wars subreddit. It's excellent. Say r/Halo Wars on Reddit. You definitely want to check that out. They have, say, you always can find people to game with, especially in the description down below. You will see our Discord link to our Discord server. Make sure you give that a check because people have formed little party teams and things like that to go right into combat with, and they have been very successful. I've seen a couple guys who have gotten Champion and Onyx and beyond based off of that. Now here's a great Unders brand that can rinse a lot of those, and oh my god, great bulwark there from Uncut. A lot of those choppers, or I'm sorry, those Cyclops do get half shields. A quick ram from all my choppers should also assist with that. As you can see, I go right into double raid camp. Now with this build in particular, I do like to opt in for a lot of craziness with the raid camp if I need to, depending on whatever I'm running into. If I ever see a cutter on the enemy team, I always go double raid camp. If there's never a cutter on the enemy team in 2v2s, I always go double factory, I'll go Reavers, Locusts, raid tanks, whatever the situation calls for. Sometimes I'll even go one foundry, sorry, and then one raid camp and do a little bit of hunters, rangers, and reavers if need be, or whatever the situation really calls for. Just like I said, it's all totally situational second you get into the game. As you can see there, our boy did get his shield up, so we do have to back up. That is kind of unfortunate, but of course with all the Cyclops pumps there from from Diablo, the Cyclops there are going to absolutely start messing all of us up, and we're going to have to back up entirely with all of our chopper play, because it's just getting a little bit too hectic. All you need is about, say, 5 or 6 Cyclops, and you can single-handedly stop an entire chopper rush from, say, both 2 players at once, just as Diablo has done here. So as you're going to see, once again, we are going to start pushing the front door just to check and see what they're doing in the front base. We want to make the Cyclops kind of dance around, not stay in the same place, just so we can take a little bit more advantage of the situation, continually push every single avenue possible, but it doesn't always work. So as you're going to see, they've held us back so far enough that we are going to have to expand as quickly as possible. If we don't expand now, it could definitely put us in the hole. We might be digging our own grave. Especially because look at the massive amount of hunters and everything. But there is a beneficial scenario out of this, guys. Now, if you are noticing, what are both of them doing? They are doing maybe one wolf. I see one wolf a couple of years. They are going anti-vehicle and anti-air only. And they're doing that based off of the last game, I'm assuming. Because in the last game, I did go Locust Reaver. And I really regretted it because they did take advantage of that and just shut down my Locust play as quickly as possible. As you're going to see, a bunch of my Rangers just got across the map. And it's going to scare the hell out of them. They're going to get super nervous, and I'm just going to continuously pull back my army until I get in a better spot. I'm going to start throwing in a couple hunters in the mix, just because anything over about 10 Rangers is a little excessive. Rangers are made out of Rangers just don't go to the gym. They're a little too weak, and you know, they just eat shit food. You know, they eat McDonald's every day. They are super skinny pieces of shit, and they cannot provide any support besides infantry, as you guys know. As you're going to see here, my Rangers are going to really help out for those infantry units, but everything else, they are just going to be absolutely useless. As you're going to see, those hunters will drop once I have enough, but at the same time, I really would only need about 10 to deal with this. The great job there was starting to make a couple snipers, but of course we do see that they are starting to move units across the map. All I need to do here is continually push back all of those Reavers, all those Reavers and Wolverines will be forced back, which is extremely helpful for us because they cannot really attack any of these infantry units. They have very weak little grenade attacks that they have on land units, and it's just not effective at all. So of course we are going to be able to just push up here. I grab the high ground garrison so that way I get a little bit of an advantage point. And of course I'm rolling in so much cash right now, I most certainly need to take advantage of the expansion. Because of the situation, Uncut wasn't able to send units over to our side of the map, so that way I could take the extra base. So instead, I'm going to be forced to opt in for this base. And it's going to either be extremely helpful or extremely detrimental. If I lose this base, I'm losing 500 supply, 200 power, as you guys know, and I'm still going to be one basing for the rest of the game. That's really not going to be good. It's going to be really hard to come back from that. It's just really difficult. As you're going to see, I do have 11 Rangers. Oh, there we go. I got 17 Rangers and 3 Hunters, which should be reasonable considering their army comp is about 90% infantry. However, Uncut is starting to produce a lot of Banshees, so those Wolverines could be extremely helpful if they have enough. Then, of course, you're going to see some Locust, Marauder, and, of course, a little bit of Reaver play coming out of the light blue player. Bazo is taking great advantage of our situation. As you can see, my main base too, guys, that's such a choke right there. That extractor is not upgraded. I'm spending all this extra cash all over the place, except for that extractor. That could really benefit my economy to have that. One thing I also want to touch base on before I get any further in this is that about 11-10 minutes in the game, you really want to have 3 extractors, 2 of them at least fully upgraded. I only have 2 extractors, only one of them is upgraded, and it's really not going to help me at all. I'm going to start spending a lot of my cash on turrets because that's going to help me, but I could also be spending that cash on extractors right here on this expo if I'm willing to defend it. And of course, I'm staying right near this expo because I know the second I walk away, they can just walk right up, rinse my expo, walk away, and I'll lose all of my invested money into this build. Now, of course, Uncut is doing a great job monitoring the mini base. Anything you can do while you have that little bit of awkward downtime after the mid-game push, you can just, fly around the map, take out some mini bases, whatnot. But of course, putting some units there in the garrison is going to be a great vantage point on this army. Look at the absolute crazy size of it. I am going to try to push up and kill these straggling units that are kind of rallying up into the army. Uncut and I have a great split on these armies, on this army as well. But of course, I'm going to drop the Hunter Spray in there. I can't get a lot of units there. Oh, with the beam dropping down to my elites, I will lose a lot of elites. I try to drop down the NG Shield or the NG Swarm, but it doesn't even come out. I have no idea what's happening there. I do throw down one shield. I go for a second shield. And Uncut is staying to engage that. It's such a bad play from Uncut. I definitely remember screaming at him here. Uncut, back the fuck up and come sit on my units, man. We're going to need everything we possibly have because we are not going to... We just can't deal with this right now, man. Unless I get the support, it's going to take a lot to actually pull this off. As you can see, my shield generator is about about 3/4 of the way complete. I still am having enough units here to deal with these units, but all of his snipers are doing a great job. But if you just get all of your units inside this shield, just like I'm doing here, I can keep all of them alive just for a split second, and they will provide an extra meat shield wall between these armies and my expansion here. I need to do anything possible to save it. Uncut doing a great job keeping these units inside the shield as well. Oh man, so many snipers there out of Diablo's Soul. He's doing a great job just constantly pressuring me, putting some nails in my coffin as well, just trying to do a great job of submitting all my units to just one-shotism, as I call it. They're all one shot, they're all gonna die. It seems like everything is just going wrong. But of course, guys, keep in mind, Colony does have the opportunity to get... Jesus, I can't even remember that, and I was about to make a great point on that. The final upgrade for Colony does make all of your units regenerate shield. Guys, in the comments section below, please let me know what the fuck that is. I don't remember right after this video. But you do get all of your units, including vehicles, air, infantry, all of them do get their health back over time. So that will extremely benefit me if I'm able to keep all of my units alive, even though they are one-shot. Also, I managed to keep them out of battle. Now, of course, another great thing is that both blue and light blue are engaging me on the one side, or the one avenue of my mini base here that is actually not where my supplying units are coming from. All of my units are streamlining, daisy chaining across the map, and they are totally going the perfect little route to avoid this, except for that one hunter right there. And of course, I am going to be able to get a nice little pinch here. Uncut and I just sitting inside the shield, trying to keep all my one-shot units alive. Keep in mind that we are doing a number on this. I do have Engineer Shield. I'm going to try to heal my units while they're inside the shield as well. My shield is about almost down. It's about 1/6 of the way dead. It can't, or I'm sorry, 1/6 of the way alive. My shield is definitely going to fall here, but as long as we continually apply this pressure from a distance, we will be in a great spot. Of course, Hunter's Brand is just coming back right now. I am going to try to drop it here on his units. All of his units are one-shot as well. That could do a number on those. A lot of his units, about 90% of Blue's army did die right there, but Light Blue is still doing a lot of pressure. Doing an excellent job. I'm going to start producing a lot of Rangers, a lot of Hunters, and just constantly just keep this unit composition. Of course, they are trying to go a lot of anti-infantry, but if you do that, then all the Banshees can just mass and just absolutely smother you with all the pressure, all the power that they possibly can muster. So of course we're doing a great job of just pushing back until we can get our army size up. Of course, this forward expansion here, since it has not died, it has given us a huge advantage right now. I'm getting so much money off of this base. It has paid for itself a million times over. It's applied a great shield for all of my army. And that is only good news for us. So I am loving the situation that we have put ourselves in. Of course, I am going to be able to get, looks like, no, go up top, go up top, go up top. Go up top. Combat repair, that's what it's damn called, of course. That's like literally the most simple and most self-explanatory aspect of leader power I could ever see, and I did not fucking remember the name. That's crazy. So anyway, guys, I am going to keep producing a lot of Hunters and Rangers. Now, some of you might be asking, it's like, why are you not changing up your army composition? Well, what have we seen? We've only seen air units. Great. Rangers will shoot those down. Infantry, Cyclops, Snipers, Marines. I've seen Hunters, more Rangers. Rangers will shoot all those down. I've seen Wolverines, dead by the Hunters. I've seen Reavers, dead by the Hunters. My army composition is perfectly ideal for the situation. As long as I remain upgrading all of my leader powers as much as possible, not my leader powers, sorry, my unit beneficence. Say if I start doing, say, infantry upgrade 1, infantry level 2 and 3, as long as I continue that, keep my army inside my shield, we're going to be in a great spot. Of course, since my base is right outside of their front door, we are going to constantly be able to keep the engagements where we want them, right in front of this base. Now, I don't know if I'd continually engage this. I'd say if you could walk around the map, but I think our vision is just too good right now. One of the most crucial things, I've said it in the video before, having constant vision around the map is going to supply us with a great opportunity to see everything that's going on. So as long as I maintain the vision, as long as we maintain the map control, then we're in a great spot. Uncut flying around the map, checking mini bases with the Banshees since they're so mobile, checking everything available on the map. He's putting himself in a great position to just continually hold the map in his possession. So what we're going to do is just keep making units here. It's about 17 minutes in. We have absolutely slain their armies at least 4 times. There might be one more big engagement, but there it is right there. Massive army here coming out. Uncut knows it. I know it. I still have this Hunter's Brand. I'm going to try to drop it right in the middle of the army there. I do catch some of them off guard there. I'm going to get a lot of those infantry units one shot. And of course, with my units here, Rangers have such great range. It makes sense. Pun is intended, I'm sure, but they are doing a bunch of damage here to these units. As long as I said, just keeping them inside the shield, I'm going to be in a great spot. I just want them to challenge me instead of my base. Stop trying to shoot my base and get it one shot. I need that shield. Having 2 generators on this base as well is extremely beneficial for us because we're going to continually have that shield for, say, twice as long. It's even better to have an extra little bit of percentage of resistance to all these damages that are coming out from these units. So as you're going to see, my army composition is kind of leveling out to about half and half, kind of. It's supply-wise, about 13 Rangers and 7 Elites. I need to keep pressuring all these infantry units. I need to keep hitting these Rangers, or these Reavers, so I will commit. Oh, Uncut with the excellent bulwark there is going to keep all of our units invincible and recharged with health. And all of these blue units will fall as long as I continually pump out these units and just keep pressuring. As you're going to see, guys, I am not Tech 3 yet. A lot of you might be questioning that as well. I don't have time to tech up. I don't have time to save 1500 power, especially due to all this craziness that's going on. I could have gone an extra extractor on my expansion there, but of course, if I would have lost it, that would have been a huge loss in power. As you're going to see here, right as I'm talking about it, I am going to do it as I'm a little late because we are finally taking a good foothold where I can actually begin to commit to that. It's extremely helpful. I love it when I critique myself and then I listen to myself and just start executing it. It's very helpful. I am going to drop NG Swarm there on Uncut's units to try to keep them alive. But of course, we officially have the opportunity to just start melting Diablo's main base. We have finally gotten here. We stopped all their expansions. Uncut's done a great job of constantly maintaining the entire map. Our vision was flawless. My expansion did not die, and this is going to be all she wrote for Diablo Soul and Bazo. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. A lot of crazy hecticness going on. I'm sorry that I didn't go through the beginning of the match. Definitely just had to get a couple things off my chest and fill you guys in a little bit. Just because, you know, we have a great connection with you guys, and you guys know that. So as long as I can just continually tell you guys what's going on, I think it's going to continue the relationship even better as we continue forward with the channel and the crazy things that we will do in the future. So anyway, guys, this has been Slick from Breaking the Clutch. Oh, also, another quick note. We have been changing our graphics. We've been in touch with the graphic designer, paid him some money, and he has been updating everything. So you will be seeing a new intro soon. You're seeing new graphics on the channel. We are getting a sexier look, looking a little bit more professional. I hope you guys are enjoying that. Leave a comment below if you've stayed this far, what you think about the graphics. Do they look good? Are they scary? Does it look like the Little Mermaid made them? Let me know. Please, that would be awesome. Anyway, guys, once again, Slick from Breaking the Clutch, and we'll see you guys next time.